Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Now guys, in today's video we will be going over my 2023 savings focus. Now a lot of you have been asking me in the comments, what am I going to do once I have my 1 month ahead binder fully funded, since that was my biggest savings goal for 2022. Now I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do in this video, because most of you know I am going to be doing a lot of savings challenges next year, and I do savings challenges for a purpose, and that is to hit an overall goal. So we are going to talk about what that goal is going to be. In addition to that, guys, I don't know if most of you remember, but at the beginning of October, I told you guys that we would be doing yet another giveaway. And all you had to do was comment on my videos in the month of October. So I will be doing that drawing today, and that person is going to receive, I'm going to show you guys one more time, the Easy Cash Budget Planner. You're going to also receive this budget binder along with 5 plastic envelopes. I am going to also throw in this pouch that you can put your money in that you're going to be stuffing. And in addition to that, you're going to be able to go to the Etsy shop called All Things Bliss 21 and pick out 5 labels that you want me to purchase for you for your binder. Now we are going to do that drawing in a few minutes, but first let's go ahead and do this inspirational quote of the day. And it states, acknowledging a mistake just means that you are wiser today than you were yesterday. And that is so true, guys. Now, like I said, we are going to be going over my 2023 savings focus. So let me go ahead and move this out the way. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and let me go ahead and put this in the middle. Now, for most of you who have been following me know, either this week or next week, I will be able to fully fund my 1 month ahead binder, which is a goal I've been working on for months now. Now, guys, I am so excited and I am so happy and blessed that I have had the discipline over the months to reach this goal. Now, for those of you who are new to the concept of being 1 month ahead, it essentially means in your budget, you're always living off your last month's income. So for example, once I'm done funding my 1 month ahead binder, you guys are going to see me start cash stuffing. Yes, guys, I am going to actually start cash stuffing my bills that are due in January in December. So I will always be 1 month ahead on my bills. But anyway, since that was my goal for 2022, guys, I have another goal or goals that I want to talk to you guys about. So when some of you guys and a lot of my family members started asking me, okay, Ray, what are you going to do next? I really had to think about it, because when it comes to my savings, I want to make sure that I am doing what is important for my family and what is going to make a big impact on our finances. So while in the process of thinking about that, I have been doing some reading on what is known as the 5 common financial emergencies we may encounter in our lives. Has anybody heard of what those 5 common financial emergencies are? Well, I'm going to tell you. They are losing a job, a medical emergency, an emergency home expense, emergency car expense, and a death in the family. Now, all of us pretty much know for number 1, which is losing a job, we should try to save for 3 to 6 months of our living expenses. We've been taught that in the finance world for a very long time. Some people even say a year's worth of living expenses. Now, if you do have that 3 to 6 months living expenses, do you want to use that money for a medical emergency, home emergency, car emergency, or death emergency? Well, I don't know about you, but for me, the answer is no. That emergency fund is strictly for my monthly bills. if one of us, meaning me or my husband, ever experience a loss in income, or if we were to ever lose our job or something. Now, when you lose a job, guys, that is considered an unpredictable event. But the other four, the medical emergency, home expense emergency, car expense emergency, and death of a family member, those are predictable events. Okay? Those are predictable events. So what are you going to do when it comes to the four common financial emergencies that I just talked about? You save up for them, right? You know that they're going to come. You know that they're predictable. So you go ahead and save up for them. So even though I read that these are called emergencies, guys, I am going to call them life happens funds. I am calling them this because an emergency is only an emergency if you haven't prepared for it. With these types of funds, you know the event is going to happen, right? For example, you live in an older home. Eventually, the furnace is going to break down or something's going to happen to the refrigerator. You have an older car, or you even have a newer car, right? And you know as time goes on, something's going to happen to that car if you don't, turn it in and get a new one. Those are expected expenses. So it's going to happen, right? It's predictable. So you will already be prepared for it if you save up for it. So I am going to be saving up for my 4 Life Happens funds for the year 2023, in addition to my normal savings that I'm going to do for Christmas and my grandson's back to school fund. Now, what I want to do really quickly is tell you what my goals are for each of the Life Happens funds. So guys, the very first one we are going to talk about is the Life Happens Medical Emergency Fund. Now, my goal for this fund is going to be let me take these off. I had to do this before. They make like way too much noise. I don't know if you guys can hear them. Let me do this. Okay, so my goal for this is going to be $750. And the reason why it is so low is because my job has really, really good insurance. We have an MRA account that has a lot of money on it. So if we ever need to get prescriptions, have a copay for anything, we use what we call my MRA account, and we just get the money off of there. So I still wanted to create a medical emergency fund because we also have a $750 deductible. So if any of us have to go into the hospital, we would use this $750 as our deductible before our insurance kicks in. Now, before we move on to the second Life Happen fund that I will be focusing on, let's go ahead and do the drawing for the giveaway. Okay, congratulations, Beth Beckermeyer. Beth, if you are watching, please make sure you comment on this video and I will tell you what you need to do in order to claim your prize. Now, please make sure that you get in contact with me by this Monday, which is the 13th. No, the 14th. If you do not, then if you can, Big Queen Budgets, go ahead and comment on this video as well. So if Beth does not reach out to me by Monday, I can reach out to you to let you know what you need to do in order to claim the prize. Now, again, congratulations, guys. We are going to have one more giveaway. So please make sure you stay tuned for my video where I will be going over my new cash binder system and all of my new envelopes, which will be next Friday. Now, let's go ahead and move to my next Life Happens Fun, and that is going to be home. Now, guys, we have been living in our home for about almost 4 years now, but this is an older home. It was built back in 1987. And of course, once homes get older, things are going to start to give out on us. When we first moved in, about a year and a half into it, we unfortunately had to get a new heater, which cost us a pretty penny, but it is what it is. We had money saved for it. So for us, it wasn't really an emergency. It was more of an inconvenience, but it was what it was. So what my goal is going to be for home is $1,500. Now, we can use this for anything. Maybe if an appliance goes out. I know in a few years we're going to have to look into getting a new water heater, whatever the case may be. But the goal, guys, is to make sure the money is there when this does happen, so that it is not an emergency because you prepare for it. Now, the third Life Happens fund that I will be saving for is the car fund. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky to explain to you guys because most of you may already know I do have a car maintenance fund. And my car maintenance fund is within my revolving binder. Okay. Now, I currently have almost $1,000 in that binder, and I should be a little over $1,000 by the end of December. Now, once I hit $1,000 in my car maintenance fund, I am going to move 500 of that money over to this car Life Happens fund. And then I will work on getting the additional $1,000 put into this fund. Now, let me tell you what the difference is for me in regards to my car Life Happens fund and my car maintenance fund. Now, again, the car maintenance fund is a revolving fund. I go into that fund whenever I need to get oil changes, whenever I need to get new wipers, whatever the case may be. Maybe I need to go and get my car washed or something like that. I constantly dip into that fund for those reasons, and I slowly build that fund back up. Once I take that 500 out, if I pull money out of it, I'm going to try my best to replenish that money so it always stays at a certain amount within my revolving sinking fund. Now, as far as the car Life Happens fund, that is for bigger things, like, say, for instance, I don't know, an engine blows, or I don't know, I need to get a new tire or something like that. That is what that fund will be for. So now what I want to talk to you guys about is the death in a family fund, which unfortunately we don't like to talk about this, but folks get older, right? People unfortunately pass away all the time, and you want to make sure if ever the need arises, you can be there for your family member. Now, my death in the family fund goal is going to be $1,500. Now, me and my husband both have family members that live out of state. We don't know, we all know that, like I stated before, we don't live forever. Death, unfortunately, is inevitable. And if the need ever arises, we want to be there in case someone passes or a medical emergency arises. So this money is going to be for, you know, unexpected plane fare and hotel for a few days. So that is what this is going to be for. And that's $1,500. So altogether, when I add these up, that's 45. Let's see. Because this is going to be a stretch for me, guys. Times 3 plus 750. So it's $5,250, but we're going to subtract 500 because remember, I am taking 500 out of my car maintenance sinking fund to put into my car life happens fund. So minus 500. So my goal just for these funds altogether is going to be $4,750. So guys, like I stated, these are going to be my 2023 goals. Now there may be some smaller savings goals that I may have to add in here or there along the way, but these are going to get my undivided attention. Now I know this was a lot to take in, but I think it is extremely important for us to be prepared for those life events that we know are going to happen, so that when they do come up, it's not considered an emergency and we won't be stressed out trying to figure out where we're going to get the money from. So let me know down in the comments, do you have an emergency fund? What type of emergency funds do you have? Have you ever heard of a Life Happens fund? If you haven't, are you going to consider doing some? And if so, what types of Life Happens funds are you going to do? In addition to that, guys, let me know what you think about this overall video. I hope you guys can give me a thumbs up, and please make sure to comment down in the description box so I can talk to you guys about this comment. And if you are new to my channel, please make sure you consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you here. Guys, I will see you on Sunday for Save Day Sunday. But guys, I will see you then. God bless. Bye, guys.